thank you for letting me here to be ask you for interview questions. And
Glad to do it.
tell me to be honest with my first questions till my last question.
Okay.
Alright. Please tell me about yourself before starting your coaching career.
I was involved with sports growing up, obviously, and ended up hurting my knee and getting a couple of knee operations, which kind of took me out of that world, and that's probably what steered me into doing what I'm doing now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you play sports when you were younger?
Played football, basketball, baseball, wrestled.
Which
So I did
which
a few.
sports did you play first?
Baseball was first.
Yeah, why?
Wrestling was probably the last, and football was in the middle.
Why do you like baseball better?
I don't know. There's just something about it. It's America's pastime. Just enjoyed the game. Probably because I was pretty decent at it. That allowed me to enjoy it a little more as well.
Okay. What college did you go to, and what was your major?
I made a few stops along the way because I had 4 knee operations, but I ended up graduating from West Georgia, and my major was in physical education, health physical education.
Okay. Please tell me about your personal, academic, and professional background, and how do you get your current position?
Current position is being in the right place at the right time.
Right place.
And knowing the right people. And I was kind of, when I was in college, wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I talked to one of my former coaches, and he suggested possibly going into this field. And I thought about it for a while, and it made sense. The business world really probably was not for me, and always did enjoy the athletic side of things and like working with kids. So that kind of steered me in that direction.
Why do you want to be a baseball coach?
I think it keeps me involved with the game. It's a game that I love, and love to be around. And again, working with kids, it's an opportunity to do that. So it's probably being able to stay involved with the game.
What do you like most about coaching?
Seeing kids grow, seeing them develop, seeing them, achieve goals that we set as a team, and then watching them go on to be successful, whether they play baseball in college or not, be successful people graduating and having families and having kids, and it's a whole process.
Okay. What do you dislike about coaching?
That's a good question. It's changed. I think the entitlement factor has changed a little bit with kids and with parents. But I guess that's the toughest part, is parent involvement a little bit more these days, which is not a terrible thing, but it can be a bad thing.
All right. How does it feel to have won 3 state championships and be the winningest high school baseball coach in the state of Georgia, along with the being coach of the year in 2016?
Well, the 3 state championships were pretty cool. There's a lot of years that I was mowing the field wondering if we'd ever get one, and now we've gotten 3 and played for another one, so it was pretty awesome. Really hadn't thought about I think I'll reflect more on those as I retire and ride off into the sunset, because our goal now is to get back and try to win another one. As far as the winningest coach in Georgia, I'm nowhere near that, actually. There's a guy that's won close to 1,000 games, so he's been doing it for 100 years. But anyway, it's again, it's something I don't really spend a whole lot of time thinking about. It's just a product of a lot of good people working and trying to achieve the same goal. Been blessed to have great assistant coaches and great players, and it's just kind of a cumulative effect of all that put together.
Okay. How do you feel when you notified that you were being inducted into the Georgia Dugout World Hall of Fame in 2016?
Very humbled. It's very appreciated. I don't know how much it's deserved, but it's one of those things, again, you'll look back on, and I think take a lot of pride in, and I take a lot of pride in it now just being mentioned with some of the guys that are already in there, because there's some pretty big names in Georgia baseball that are in there. So I'm honored to be a part of it, but at the same time, it's something to look at down the road.
My last question: if you had one piece of advice for me and my classmates, what would it be?
Just keep reaching for your goals. You're gonna run into some, not necessarily roadblocks, but more of little stumbling blocks every now and again, and don't make it that way. Make it a speed bump instead of a roadblock. So just keep working for your goals. If it's something you see that you really want to do, keep going for it, and keep working at it day to day and figuring out a plan to help you get to where you want to be.
Okay. And thank you for letting me know. Thank you for answering the questions to me. To be honest, I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Glad to do it.
Thank
Thanks.
you.